Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here. Now, I'm a big fan of Thundercats. I grew up watching the cartoons, so I have collected over the years statues, action figures, and I have reviewed some of them in this channel. Now, Iron Studios recently announced for their 1/10 scale Battle Diorama Series a collection of Thundercats statues. So in this video, I want to share with you how I feel about it, the good and the bad. So stay tuned. Alright guys, I'm here at Iron Studios website. This is the North American website, and I'm gonna have the link for this for anyone that is interested and want to pre-order or want to get more information directly from their site. But here you can see you have, of course, the statues already on pre-order. You have all of them. They also have the Minico, which are kind of like a little bit Funko type of statues. They're kind of interesting. Not my cup of tea, but what we're really looking at is the Battle Diorama Series, and these are the main 5 figures or 5 pieces that they are actually have on pre-order. And of course, the main one is Lino with Snarf. Now, when you look at it, the price is $239.99. A lot of people are complaining about the price, and I do see what they mean. It feels that this is the main centerpiece of this diorama, so this is the most important one, of course. But it's in comparison, it's almost $100 more than the rest. So a lot of people are asking why it's it's really expensive, and I do agree with them. I don't think this piece should have been priced at this price point, even though it has a light up feature. I do believe that it would be probably under maybe $200 the most. And here on the description, you got the features, you got the limited edition, of course, it comes number, based on original cartoon references, which is the thing that I like. I like classic references. I like classic depictions. It's made out of polystone. It's hand painted, includes a base with LED light up. And of course, you got the dimensions, how it weighs. It says release schedule 3rd quarter of 2020. This item will be shipped from our warehouse in Los Angeles, California. It doesn't really say who is sculpted, and I was trying to find out who was the sculptor in this piece. Unfortunately, I couldn't find more information. I think, of course, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is a Brazilian artist who did this, or part of the Brazilian team that they have. I really like the pose. I wouldn't say that I'm too crazy about the face expression. I love Snarf. I love and there's some more pictures here, as you can see. Different angle. I think what I don't like about the pieces, and I gotta be honest with you, it look a bit stocky. In this case, Lino look a bit stocky. But that's just me. But the paint job, of course, on this prototype is done great, and I love the concept. I wish, of course, they kind of like maybe more slick or slim. I did like the action figures from Mezco, because they look really slim. But now this angle looks great. This angle is different. I did like, of course, sometimes with statues, with 3D prints and stuff, sometimes some angles are better than others. It's just the way it is. But look at this. And to be honest, I don't know if this was 3D printed or if it was sculpted by hand. That's something that I truly don't know. But look at this. It still looks great. I really like that. This angle is very good. So that makes me think that this piece is going to look great, like if you put it in I would say in a higher place. So you can look, you know, lift your eyes and you can look it up, look at Snarf, look great right there. That character was always mesmerizing for me, or any other kid during that time. Of course, you can see the light up feature. I do like the concept. This base has a great concept. Of course, again, I feel that the price is a little bit steep for what it is, but look at that sword. It would have been nice if actually the light up feature we have translated to the sword, like it did with the, in this case, with the statue from Pop Culture Shock, the original Lino statue that I did review years ago in this channel, that had a light up feature that I always loved, that light up feature. So, but here you have it in the base. The base looks great. Great paint job. It's clean. Nothing complicated. It really plays well with the theme that we have here. As you can see, classic colors. I love I would say the shading that the bronze shading that he has. Another angle. I wouldn't say that I'm crazy about the little diamonds. They're rare. It should have been nice if they put a little more color or more vibrancy, maybe a little bit of stones in it instead of just the painted thing. It would have been a lot nicer. Here you can see how stocky he looks. Maybe the body is too thick and the face is too small. But it works with different angles. He looks older instead of younger version of him. But I love the paint work here. And I think they did this, the light up thing is just, I think, the effect of the picture on the Photoshop. But look at this. This is the diorama, which man, it looks so great. It looks good. They all gonna have to go together. So this is the type of collection that you're gonna have. And what I like about this is that they don't really occupy too much space. Whoever really designed this, or the people that were behind the design of this diorama, they really thought it through. And they really create a concept where actually all it's combined together. And pretty much, if you come to think of it, for one big piece, so 1/4, 1/3 scale piece, the same space that an XM piece would take is what it's gonna take for all those little pieces together combined. So that's super smart. And here's another one. Looks great, all of them together. We're gonna check each one of them in just a moment. That's another picture right here. So there's different angles where you can put them together. It's up to you how you want to assemble your diorama, which is super, super smart. Look at that. Pantera, Cheetara. Pretty cool. They have plenty of pictures. And here it gives you an idea of the scale. It's a 43 centimeters, which is 16.9 inches tall, which is a pretty good scale size. It's pretty much as tall as a 1/6 scale, the same height of the Wolverine statue from Code of Ikea. So it's pretty good. Some people will say, "Oh, that's too small." It's not too small. If you can look at it, this gentleman right here in the background, he doesn't look like he's a tiny guy. So he's holding it, and it's a pretty good size for the 110. Again, the price, I would say, yeah, maybe $200 would be a much better price for this, but you know, they're trying to go all out on it. Now we're looking at Pantera, and this is $129.99, so it's $130, which I think is more manageable. And this also, the dates according to this is the same time release as in this case Lino. They all have the same release date. But this one, as you can see, I love this one. I love the Pantera's always been one of my favorite characters on the Thundercats. Pantera was that guy, you know, he was a tough guy, tough dude, and you can see that base is very nice. I really love the base. It really works well with this concept. Oh man, this is a great angle. And he's angry. He's upset. He's ready to fight. Man, that looks great. I like Pantera more than I do like Lino. Yeah, I still feel that it looks a bit stocky in comparison, but you know, he was always a bit stocky, even in the cartoon. But man, look at that face. They did a fantastic job. And of course, you can see the paint job. You might see some tiny little imperfections in this prototype because it's a tiny piece in comparison to anything big. So of course, it's really a work of art. Love the symbol. Looks great right there. Look at that. So classic. They did a phenomenal job. The painters did a phenomenal job too with this prototype. And sometimes, you know, it makes you wish that actually other people would have done like a 1/6 scale. I love one. I would say I like the 110 scale because of the size, but I'm more like a 1/6 scale collector. I would have loved if this was 1/6, but even at 110, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. And sometimes people always, I love this background. They're very classic, cartoony background. That's pretty nice. You know, sometimes people, they always, you know, they trying to put down other collectors because they have a smaller scales. They're trying to present themselves as better because they have like a 1/3, you know, half scale, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's about what makes you happy. And, you know, what really fits within, you know, your profile, within what you have, your space, you know, your budget. And if you're happy in the end, man, this face is great. I really like this one. So in my opinion, in the end, it's what really makes you, you know, feel happy about life, you know. And to me, this makes me feel happy. And here's a comparison on this scale. Again, I think this is my favorite so far. I like Lino, but I think this is a lot better. Now here's Tygra, and this is $129.99, also released at the same time. And look at it. I really like it. I do believe that this one is the most accurate of all. It really looks like Tygra to me. I don't think it needs any changes in the sculpt. It just looks great the way it is. Really like it. It really looks great. I don't know if this is going to be, I'm sure that this is going to be bendable. So you can create some type of however you want to arrange that, but it looks great. I really like that. It's dynamic on a high place. And Tygra is definitely one of my favorite characters. I like all the Thundercats. I think after Pantera, I always liked Tygra. What I like about Tygra was the design. He had a very clean design, very regal design in the cartoon. And of course, he was the wisest of the team. And look at that. Yeah, that looks great. And as you can see right here, the face, it has a more serious tone. And really resembles the spirit of Tygra. I really like that. Look at that. They did a phenomenal job with the paint job. I love the expression in his face, the stern expression in his face. I do believe this is the most accurate so far. And every picture, it really kind of, I would say, showcases my point. This is how it's going to scale. 30 centimeters, 11.8 inches. So it's pretty nice. Now, this is Cheetara, and this is also $129. So the price is the same for Tygra, Pantera, and Cheetara. I really like the pose. I think this pose is classic for Cheetara. It was on the introduction of the cartoon. This stance is very good for Cheetara. And I wouldn't say that I'm so crazy about her face. At certain angles, she looks great. I really like her there. And of course, the body is great. They did a good job with the body. I think the problem with her is the face at certain angles. Now, this angle seems fine. And some people were mentioning that it's just the lack of I would say, a neck. I've seen those comments online. And I do believe that, yes, there is some of that. I feel that her, in this case, her head is too big in comparison to her body, and there is the lack of a longer neck. At least I would say that would be more like the cartoon. But on some angles, she looks terrific. She looks great. She has, I wouldn't say, that she has a very slick body, and that's fine. Some producers are trying to make it so, they try to sex it up, make it so sexy, and actually that's not Cheetara. That's not how it was in the cartoons. So I do believe that the body is perfect the way it is, but the face, in this case, the head is too big, in my opinion, and the neck needs to be a bit longer. So that would be my complaint with it. Now, this angle looks phenomenal. I think at this angle, she's going to look great. As you can see, it's at certain angles where you can see the lack of neck, or the neck being too, I would say, too short. But this is a nice, actually, background. This is not a bad one, but you can see how small her neck is in comparison to her head. But that's fine. In the end, it's not bad. Actually, the paint job, the hair is nice. The way they did the hair, shading that she has, you can see her tummy and all. It's pretty good. Look at that one. The scale, 20 centimeters, which is not that big, and 7.8 inches, which definitely it's right for the scale. Now, what I'm really glad is that Iron Studios is not only doing the main characters or the main adult characters, they're also doing the kids. You got Willy Kid and Willy Cat. And not everyone does it. For some reason, no one gets to finish them. But Iron Studios went all out. They pretty much produced the whole lineup. And as you can see, it's $49.99. So it's a bit more expensive than the other one. Some people are saying why, because even though there's two characters for the price of one, they're saying it kind of makes no sense. But this one comes with a light-up feature. So in my opinion, it's actually good. In my opinion, it's reasonable. So as you can see right there, some people were complaining about some of their faces. They were saying that they look a bit evil, but in my opinion, they look fine. I like them, and that base looks terrific. They look like kids, and doing their thing, and that's the part where in the cartoons they were like that. They were always doing their thing, and I don't know, they look great. Definitely, you have to have them all. You cannot only have one. If you're going to collect them, you have to collect them all. In my opinion, they all work well together. And if this is the beginning of the line, my hope is that they can get to produce the rest of the characters on the Thundercats cartoon, but also all the villains. Would be nice if they can get to produce the villains. So I would say that all depends how much support this line gets. And I do believe that a lot of people are talking about it, but hopefully in the end, people pre-order, people purchase, because in the end, that's what really makes any line to exist and to continue on till the end, as if it gets the support from the customers. So in my opinion, this is good. I do like this. I don't really have much complaints with this one. I do like this little diorama. Here, of course, there is with the background from the cartoon inspire. That really looks great. I really like what they were trying to do with it. It's just dynamic and it's different. So it's 22 centimeters. I'm all for it. I definitely think that this is worth the price. Now, besides purchasing from Iron Studios directly, you can also purchase from Sideshow. Now, Iron Studios, when you pre-order, you have to pay a down payment of 10%. With Sideshow, you also have a payment plan, which is good, but they are already there. They're a bit more pricey than a couple of dollars more than Iron Studios, but they're no differences. So it's the same piece. In this case, Iron Studios is not offering anything special or through their own website, so you can go anywhere you want. It depends how you like it. But what I like about Sideshow is that they offer, of course, the payment plan. I'm going to use this, for example, Lino. It's $250, so it's more expensive, a few dollars more. According to this, it's releasing between July and September, so the date is sooner than Iron Studios. But you have a payment plan. You can pay $56.25 a month. And so that's an option. As you can see right here, $135 from Cheetara, and the payment plan is $60.75. But Sideshow is not the only place that you can purchase this. Another option will be Big Bad Toy Store, and of course they've been in business for years. A lot of people like them, and right now, of course, as you can see, they have a lot of stuff for the Thundercats. But they are the three companies right now that they're producing stuff for Thundercats. Well, 3-4 companies. You have Iron Studios now that they're getting into it. You got Super 7 figures. Also, I think Funko is also producing figures for them, and Sideshow is producing, of course, the statues. So you can always go through them if you prefer. Big Bad Toy Store is a company that is well respected over the years. They do great business. They do have great packaging. So this is another option. Well, guys, there you have it. I am really excited. Unfortunately, Thundercats had seen a lot of bad luck over the years. A lot of producers have dropped the ball. But I do believe that Iron Studios has the drive to finish it off, to make it work, and they are committed. They are committed to their products. They are committed to the customers. And in the end, that's the most important thing. But what do you think? Are you excited too? Are you dissatisfied? Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to pre-order? Are you going to pass it because you think they missed the mark? I would like to hear your opinion. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Please follow me on social media. The links are down below. You can also follow me on my gaming channel. I share a lot of gaming news. I do a lot of live streams and also do a lot of reviews of retro and modern games. You can also listen to the podcast, Age of Heroes. All the information is down below. Or you can follow me on Born Again TV, where I share my spiritual walk. So my friends, God bless. I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.